Jam, 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 jam. Hello humans, my name is Dale Kingsmill. Today I've got another myth story for you, hooray! I was also really hungry and it's breakfast time, so, you know, I thought, why not? Why not keep it cash? Why not have my breakfast while telling you the myth? You guys can eat your breakfast too. I know a lot of you watch them in the mornings. And you know what? Even if it isn't, even if it's nighttime, even if it's like 4 a.m. or whatever, you should go and get some breakfast because breakfast is always good. Get yourself some cereal. Get yourself some toast. It's really delicious. Have some breakfast with me. I've also got hot chocolate. So anyway, today I'm eating jam and cream on toast and marmalade and cream on toast while telling you the story of Hades and Persephone. So one day, Persephone was out in a field and she was picking flowers with her posse. You know, just as you do. Teenage girls run around picking flowers. That's what we do, girls. Apparently. Now Hades really wants to ask Persephone out, but he's too weird and shy and geeky about it, and so instead he asks his mum, Gaia, the earth, to send Persephone a really pretty flower, just a single flower that'll grow right in front of Persephone, that'll be the most beautiful flower she's ever seen. And Gaia does, and it works, and it's this gorgeous little flower that Persephone instantly stops and tries to pick. Thanks, Mom! But then, out of nowhere, Hades stops being just a shy, geeky person and turns into a complete crazy weirdo because he bursts out of the ground in his golden chariot up from Hades and just grabs Persephone, snatches her and kidnaps her, turns around, goes straight back down into the underworld again. Who knows why he chose to go in his chariot for this trip, because it seems like a really short trip to be making via golden chariot, but he did. So, I mean, that's a thing. Just up and dives back down again. Now, the only people who hear Persephone's cries for help are Hecate, the goddess of magic who lives in the underworld, and Helios, god of the sun, and he heard it because he sees everything. Now, it only takes Demeter a really little while to realize that her daughter has gone missing. And Demeter starts wandering around for 9 days, fasting the whole time and asking people if they know what's happened to Persephone. Finally, Demeter runs into Hecate, who says, I heard Persephone crying out for help, but I didn't see what happened. You know who will have seen it though? The sun, because he sees everything. Let's you and me go ask Helios what exactly went down. So the two of them go and see Helios, who immediately spills the beans and says that Persephone was kidnapped by Hades because Hades had a total crush on her. This is not the way, Hades. This is not the way. Demeter demands that her brother Zeus intervene in what's going on, but Zeus says that he doesn't even care. He doesn't want to get involved in this. And so then Demeter is all just like, well, fine. No crops for you then. So Demeter disguised herself as an old woman and went into full-on mourning mode, traveling the earth and just weeping for her lost daughter. And all the while, she refused to let any crops grow anywhere on the earth. And so a massive famine began. One day she was sitting at a well in this little town when some women who happened to be the daughters of the king of the town came by. They were really nice to her and they greeted her courteously. They said hey, they introduced themselves because this was a new lady that they hadn't seen in town before. Always be nice to the new person. Always be nice to the new person. That's actually some really good life advice. Always be nice to the new person. Panicking a little bit because she clearly just hadn't thought her cover story through far enough, Demeter sort of says, oh, I was kidnapped from Crete and brought here by pirates. Would you know of any work that I might obtain, fellow mortals? And so, the princesses, they've got a little baby brother. They take Demeter as this old woman back to their house and ask their mother whether she might be able to get work as the nursemaid for the new baby, for the new royal baby. And the mother says yes, but Demeter is still pretty unhappy most of the time because, you know, her daughter has been stolen. So the mother of the well girls sets out to cheer Demeter up, and they basically do that by telling dirty jokes and drinking a lot. They basically get drunk and play Cards Against Humanity, you know? And for the first time since the kidnapping, Demeter actually laughed. She actually enjoyed herself. She was happy again. And so to thank the mother for making her laugh, Demeter decided to bestow immortality on the new baby prince. But do you know how a god tries to make a human baby immortal, they do it by bathing the baby in ambrosia every single day and putting the baby to sleep in a bed of fire. They put the baby in the fire. This is to burn the mortality out of the child so that none of the mortal bits are left and it's only the immortal stuff. It doesn't usually go well. So for a couple of days and nights this was working out. Demeter would bathe the baby in the ambrosia and then put it to sleep in the coals at the bottom of the fire. But then one day, baby's mum walks in, sees the baby in the fire with the nursemaid just sitting by doing nothing, and freaks out. She rushes over and pulls the baby out, and Demeter gets way mad. And she's really insulted by this, okay? Because the gods, as I've said before, are pretty crazy. They don't understand that from the mortal point of view, you're just trying to burn the baby to death, alright? Demeter thinks, hey, how rude. I was bestowing a gift of immortality on your son, and here you are, just throwing it in my face. You don't even care. Ugh, rude. Demeter, no. And then Demeter gets even crazier. She just grabs the baby and kills it and then reveals her godhood and demands a temple of the people of this town to appease her for having not let her put the baby in a fire. This story's getting weird, I'm just saying. It's gotten pretty weird. And the townspeople did it because you kind of got no choice in Greek mythology. They built her a temple, a magnificent temple. It was so glorious, and Demeter stayed there for a year, going into full mourning mode once again. But finally, with Demeter in mourning for so long, the lack of crops was starting to become a real problem, and the gods on Olympus were starting to worry that the humans would all die out. Aha! You thought for a moment there, like I did, that they actually cared about humanity, didn't you? No, that was not the case. They were worried that humans would die out, and therefore the gods would stop getting sacrifices made to them. So they were actually worried about themselves not getting offerings. But I mean, it has the bonus of them not wanting humanity to die out, so that's kind of a good thing-ish, I guess. So anyway, Zeus sent the other messenger of the gods, Iris, on her lovely rainbow to go and ask Demeter if maybe she could, let things grow again. That would be nice, please. But Demeter refuses, just as Zeus had refused to go and help Persephone after she had been kidnapped. Then, every single one of the gods shows up with a present for Demeter at the temple and says, please, can you let things grow again? I'll give you my toast. But Demeter refuses the gifts. She doesn't want any of them. She just wants her daughter back. And so finally, seeing that Demeter was not going to budge, Zeus yields, and he commands Hades to send Persephone back to the surface world to be with her mother once again. But before letting Persephone go, Hades said to her, you know what, you look really hungry. You've been here for such a long time, and I don't think I offered you anything to eat. Good thing they're immortal, because that's a long time. Why don't you have some pomegranate? Come on, doesn't it look great? It looks so tasty. Just have some pomegranate, it's so good. And Persephone was genuinely very, very hungry at this point, so she took a couple of the pomegranate seeds. She took a couple of them kernels, some of them delicious red juicy looking kernels of pomegranate seedy goodness, and she swallowed 6 of them. I don't understand how that's meant to make her not hungry. Pomegranate, it's not that filling. I'm just saying. Maybe it's like lambus bread. So then, when Persephone reached her mother again and they were reunited and they embraced and were hugging and were happy, unfortunately, several citizens of the underworld had witnessed Persephone eat the food of the underworld. And unfortunately, much like the realm of fairy, if you eat the food of the other realm, you're kind of stuck there. You are forever bound to that realm and can never completely leave it. And so Demeter conceded that a compromise would have to be reached. Persephone would then spend half the year in the underworld with Hades as the queen of the dead, and would spend the other half of the year on Olympus with her mother and the other gods, being, bright and sunny and woohoo, summertime. And this is the main story given in Greek mythology to explain the changing of the seasons, because when Demeter has to let her daughter go back down into the underworld, she gets sad again and enters mourning and refuses to let anything grow. And that's why we have winter. And then when Persephone comes back, you get springtime and summertime because everything's good again. Woo! Seasons. Woo! Seasons. What am I? That was this week's myth. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that you enjoyed eating some breakfast along with it. I hope you did eat breakfast because that would be fun. We should do this more often. I like it. In fact, let me know in the comments below what you ate for breakfast. Tell me that. Breakfast foods. Oh, delish. If you did enjoy this video, it would make me extremely happy if you would go ahead and hit the like button. Or additionally, something that really helps out is if you could share it on your favorite social media website, whether that be Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr, anywhere. Just share the videos, spread the love, spread the breakfast. That's, I think, the really significant thing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, then it would make me extremely happy if you would hit the red button just beneath this video that says subscribe, because I make more videos like this every 2 weeks, every second Monday. That's when the myth time happens. Good time, fun goods. What? Anyway, I'm gonna finish eating my toast. You can email this to your grandma, and for now that's it. I'm done. I will see you guys some other time with another myth. Toast, 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 eating toast. Pro tip, if you're gonna have cream on your toast, don't pile them on top of each other and leave them there because it gets soggy. Still tastes good, but kind of soggy.